Well, hello, beautiful friends and soul family. Beautiful rising, good afternoon, and or lovely evening to you wherever you are, depending on the location of your rotation. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is our um, weekly goddess energy reading. Yeah, not necessarily a reading, but tuning in to our weekly goddess energy, featuring the Your Goddess Yearbook by Sky Alexander. It is a week by week guide to invoking the divine feminine. So, yeah. Um, so I figured that, as we're phasing out the other moon energy book because we've almost gone through it all, why not step into a new one with the goddess, weekly goddess energy? So, yeah, so this is week two, and so week two, which is January 8th through 14th. So, all of these readings, they're intended to be timeless, of course. So, for week two, January 8th to 14th, we have Skadi. So, if this is your first reading, I will also read what it says for the January energy. So, let's tune into this first, and then we will jump back up to Scotty. So, I'll probably read this at the beginning of each weekly reading. So, the quote: there is a privacy about winter which no other season gives you. Only in the winter, in the country, can you have longer, quiet stretches when you can savor belonging to yourself. Ruth Stout, American author. January. In the dark, cold, barren month of January, we plumb our inner resources, deal with winter's hardships, and hope for good things to come. January's self-reliant goddesses, Sophia, Skadi, Mu, Athena, and Brigid, personify strength, independence, imagination, and wisdom. In this section, you'll visit with these deities, you'll hear their stories, and learn to use them to engage your own inner strength. Remember, January offers a fresh start, a new year. If you've been struggling to find the impetus to change, you'll find it here. I don't know if I said that word right. I feel like I know that word, but whenever I see it, it just doesn't register. But, anyways, let's read about Scotty. So, um, if you, you can definitely make sure that you go and look up more information about her if, you know, any of this information resonates. So, Scotty. Dates for inviting her January 8th through 14th. This week we honor Skadi, the Norse goddess of winter. Scandinavia means Skadi's Isle. Ah. Like many other winter goddesses, Skadi is associated with darkness and death. For now, the barren earth slumbers beneath a blanket of snow. Despite the bitter conditions, this goddess's strength and determination enable her to cope with challenges as we all must do during hard times. Her animal totems. Some sources suggest Skadi may have hunted with wolves, or perhaps dogs from the North Country, such as Siberian Huskies. Snowy owls, who symbolize wisdom as well as predatory skills, may also have accompanied her on her hunting expeditions. Okay, it's interesting because I have a husky mix. How cute. Okay, her story. Folklore describes Skadi as a giantess with pale blonde hair and blue eyes who lived In Thermheim, her father's court, high in the snow-covered mountains where winter reigned year-round. One day her father, the Frostguard Thiazi, decided to abduct a beautiful young goddess named Idun. For his crime, the top Norse god Odin killed Thiazi. Skadi then strapped on her skis, gathered up her bow and arrows. She was an excellent archer and hunter, like the Roman goddess Diana, August 7th through 3rd, and set out to avenge her father's murder. When Skadi reached Asgard, where Odin and his fellow deities lived, the gods tried to appease the angry goddess and avoid further conflict. Odin invited her to marry one of his tribe, known as the Vanir, and become a member of his court. Infatuated with the handsome god Baldur, Skadi agreed, hoping he'd become her husband. There was a catch, however. Skadi had to choose her husband sight unseen from a group of gods. She could only look at their shoes to make her decision. Unfortunately, she picked the sea god Njord, who not only was old and ugly, he also hated the mountains that were Skadi's homes. After only 2 weeks, the marriage dissolved. Legends vary about what followed. Some say Skadi eventually married Odin, with whom she had a son who became the king of Norway. Others suggest she hooked up with Ullr, the god of winter. Perhaps she chose to remain independent and solitary on her mountain top, where she continues to ski and hunt alone. Wow, that is an in depth and powerful story. I can feel the energy flowing through me from that story. So, Scotty feels like she is very powerful. Um, where to seek her? This mountain goddess speaks to us from the high peaks where winter's winds howl constantly and the snow never melts. If you live in the north, you'll find many icy cold places at this time of year to seek her counsel. Otherwise, go to an isolated, barren spot and sit in quiet contemplation. In the dark of the night, if you feel safe doing so, and listen. Oh, yeah. If you feel safe doing so, and listen to Scotty's words of wisdom. Wow. Scotty personifies the darkness and hardships we all endure, symbolized by the cold, bleak, seemingly endless Scandinavian winter and her isolation in the mountains. Despite the harshness of her environment, however, she remains true to herself. Although she's willing to entertain a compromise with Odin and the other Vanir gods and gives marriage a try, she refuses to relinquish the life she loves to please her husband or his kin. Reasons to invite her. Do you feel someone has wronged you or that you've been treated unfairly? Do you long to see justice done, the culprit punished? Are you seeking vindication or restitution? If so, Scotty can lend you her courage and fervor to stand up to an adversary. She'll teach you how to fight for what's rightfully yours and to trust your inner strength. This athletic goddess can also champion people who enjoy winter sports, especially skiing and snowshoeing. Okay. Oh. How to invite her. This practice lets you symbolically melt a hardship, obstacle, or difficulty in your life so that beneficial energy can flow and you can move forward. You'll need snow, natural ice or ice cubes, a glass bowl, food coloring. 1. On the first day of the week, place a handful of snow or ice into the glass bowl. 2. Assign the snow or ice a problem or obstacle you are facing and want to eliminate. 3. Put a drop of food coloring on the snow or ice. The color should represent the problem. For example, green for money issues, red for anger. 4. Place the bowl in a warm spot and watch the snow ice melt. As it does, feel Scotty helping you to dissolve the problem. Then pour the water down the drain. Number 5. Repeat each day of this week. You may choose to melt a different obstacle each day or continue working on the same one until you've completely eliminated it. You can use this practice to solicit Scotty's aid in the future if you wish. So, that is a simple and easy and beautiful way to just, you know, invite Scotty into your life at any time. So, you know, think of your problems or your issues or your obstacles as ice cubes at this time that you are ready to melt away, that you are ready to break through. So, yeah, amazing. So, yeah, next week, that's the preview for next week, Xing Wang Mu. But, so, Skadi is our week 2 goddess. So, I hope you all found something that you resonated with in this beautiful week 2 goddess energy check in. Um, yeah, I really love these videos, so I am going to keep doing them. I don't think I put in the description box any information about the book. Um, yeah, I got it from the bookstore, but if it's something you're interested in, I'm sure you can find it on any somewhere. But yeah, so I want to thank you all for being here. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. So thank you all so very much for being here. I love you and I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.